Hey y'all, welcome back to TNT Podcast. I'm your girl Tasha.
I'm T. What's up, y'all?
So what we talking about today, babe?
All right, so about a week ago, we were talking about Diddy and how his fall from grace, and how we grew up listening to his music and following Bad Boy and everything. And now there's just so much stuff coming out, so much negative stuff coming out. It's almost overwhelming, and so every day is something new. Allegation after allegation after allegation, but people are now rediscovering older clips that looking at it now, it's like, oh wow,
It was in plain
sight. Right. And so one of the individuals that has recently come up in discussions is Justin Bieber, because we all know when Justin Bieber hit the scene, he was just mega popular, like instant stardom with some of his hit songs. But something I didn't know was that he was actually being, I guess, tutored by...
Tutored?
Yeah, well...
You meant groomed.
Well, groomed, tutored, however you want to call it. Because I remember when Justin Bieber came out, they said something about his mentor was Usher. And I guess maybe Usher introduced him to Diddy or whatever. Somehow he got in cahoots with Diddy.
Well, he started on YouTube.
Yeah, right.
Justin Bieber started on YouTube, and that's how he got his start.
Yeah, right.
And then there was like a battle between Justin Timberlake,
Who was going to get
and
him?
Usher, of who was going to mentor him.
Right, exactly.
And so Usher won.
Right.
And
Usher...
sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
And Usher was mentored by Diddy when he was young.
Right. That's what we're coming to find out now, because I didn't know this before. And so now we're seeing these videos of P. Diddy with Justin Bieber, and it's not looking good. Let's check it out.
Got me a Lamborghini.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last
He
time.
had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Yikes.
Got me a Lamborghini.
All right. And so we already know what Diddy was known for with all the like freak offs and all the other stuff. So
I think back in the day, we didn't.
Nah.
So because of that, looking at something like this from that mindset, you wouldn't
know.
You
Right.
wouldn't really put those things together. But now, with all the things that are going on, you're putting it in retrospect.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, that's kind of weird. But then there were some people who I believe seen things like this and thought it was weird, because me as an adult now, thinking about all the things that Puff Daddy or whatever he go by now was doing, it is odd. And even with Usher's situation, why would his mom allow him to live or allow Puff Daddy to be his guardian?
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't really, maybe she thought she knew this man, but it's like you're trading your son's well-being, in my opinion, for stardom.
Yeah.
Like, I'll do anything for my son to be successful, even place him with a person in the music industry who is not like a relative. And the same thing happened with Justin Bieber. It's like,
I think that people behind the scenes, other celebrities, rappers, producers, whoever, they knew.
But I'm thinking about the parents, though.
And
at what point do you say, okay, you're no longer in my guardianship as your mother and as your father? And honestly, I'm going to say this. There's no way that Usher or Justin Bieber had fathers in their lives. Because I believe if they had fathers in their lives,
they would have.
No man will allow their child to be in custody of another man, because men know how other men are, especially in the industry.
Right.
even if you're not in the industry yourself, you're like, he's just a kid. I don't think this is a good idea.
Yeah, right.
And so I'm not saying that, women are good parents. That's not what I'm saying. But to have that balance to say,
A guardian. Because it just looks like with both of those cases, they weren't protected. And Justin Bieber definitely wasn't protected. I do have another clip from Joe Budden in which he kind of talks about his thoughts on the situation.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and check that out.
I have been holding back tears watching all of the Justin Bieber clips that have been floating around. I've watched every single one of them. Yeah. Every single one. And boy, they all look disgusting. They all look nasty.
They really do, yo.
I've only seen the one that was a little sketchy in the club or something like that. I'm not going to put nobody else's name in the shit. But
Everybody that saw him looked at him like a little white escort lick. A little underage escort lick.
Oh my God.
I hate to use these insensitive terms, but just to paint a picture of what I'm trying to say. And it was everybody. Ellen, the other English fat dude, that's Guy Ellen.
Oh yeah, James Gordon.
Yeah, James Gordon. Yeah, him. It was Puff. It was everybody. Everybody. So I'm sitting there watching this shit, and I'm like, yo. And then I just went down a rabbit hole with my tinfoil hat at home. Like, yo, so many people that are successful in this business, they've gone through it.
They've had to endure that.
Yep.
Like, I know that
So, and that's what we were talking about before. We were talking about what people are willing to do in order to get fame. We're talking about what parents are willing to sacrifice in order for their child to be famous. To think that Justin Bieber got famous off of YouTube, and the moment he walked into whatever record executive office to sign whatever deal or to try to gain superstardom, they're instantly looking at him, as Joe Budden said, as an escort lick.
You know what's interesting, though?
That is sad.
You know what's interesting? There is a clip going around of, what's that McCarthy girl? Jenny McCarthy. And how it was during a award show. You can pull it up. How people, not just men, women, were treating this kid that was inappropriate. But because they were women, it was let go. But if the shoe was on the other foot, there would be outrage. But now, since we're in a different climate, and people are holding both genders accountable.
Right. They were showing how he was being kissed on by older women.
Yeah, you should pull it up.
Yeah.
Jenny McCarthy and Justin Bieber.
Sexy comedian, writer, and former Playboy playmate Jenny McCarthy helped present Justin Bieber with his Artist of the Year award at the American Music Awards and managed to shock the teenage pop superstar. She presented with Luke Bryan, and before Bieber took the podium, she assaulted him with kisses on the neck and a butt grab. Backstage, McCarthy joked about what Bieber jokingly called violating.
I think they're going to play what he said because he ended up saying he felt violated. And, I mean, you can play the clip.
McCarthy joked about what Bieber jokingly called violating.
I did grab his butt. I'm single, but I think that's cougar rape.
So was the butt grab spontaneous?
Well, it better be, because that's just weird. If it isn't,
it's weird in general.
Yeah, I gave him a kiss, and there was a lot of lipstick, and then my partner Luke decided to wipe it off, and I was like, no, asshole, I did that for a reason. So you remember me. So then I couldn't help it. He was just so delicious, so little.
Imagine a man saying that.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure that apparently from what Joe Budden was saying was that they did say that. When they were looking at him, they saw him as a delicious treat. It's terrible. And
it was right out in the open.
Yeah.
Right out in the open, and nobody was there to protect him. And he had to play it off in a way,
joking way,
where it was sad. It's sad.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, but I guess we can finish this conversation with Joe Budden.
Hollywood has the casting couch shit going on, but in music, so many success stories come with really, really, really dark times and secrets that nobody can share or tell. They just putting them in songs.
I don't like people making fun of that shit, because even if you were not the fan of Justin, he was a kid when all this shit was going on. None of that shit was funny.
So it's very unfortunate, because I think throughout the years we've always heard that The industry is a very diabolical, cutthroat place to be in. But now with all these secrets coming out, it's like, Jesus, who wants a record deal?
I mean,
You know, people were clawing their way, dying to get deals to be in the presence of a lot of these celebrities or a lot of these people, and then to come to find out that they're predators and they're monsters.
yeah, the downfall of Hollywood. This is what that is.
Yeah. Because I think that right now everybody's focused on Diddy and the music industry, but the bigger expose is going to be Hollywood. I mean, we've already seen things like Harvey Weinstein and some other Hollywood guys.
Yeah.
I
mean, this rabbit hole is deep.
Yeah. I think we're just at the tip of the iceberg.
So the thing that the next conversation or the next podcast that I want to have is the careers that P. Diddy ruined. And this is basically going down the rabbit hole. And it's like, if you don't comply or do what I say, I'm going to ruin your career. So imagine
Blackmail.
As a kid that what Justin Bieber had to go through.
Yeah.
But adults went through this too as well. But as a kid going through this, and your mom kind of like allowed you to be in the care of this person, you might feel like you have nowhere to turn to, because this is what is considered the norm in the entertainment industry. Yeah. And so I think when Justin Bieber became an adult, he kind of kept quiet.
Right. He wanted out.
And his way of like dealing with it was turning to God. So we seen him like going to church, talking about God, but he also needed therapy.
Yeah.
You know? And like I said, this rabbit hole is really deep. I think people's lives were destroyed, their careers were destroyed, and Justin Bieber had to keep quiet in order to keep his career.
Yeah. I think that's the case for a lot of people out there.
Even Cassie.
Yeah. So guys, leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. We'd love to continue to have this discussion. We also love to hear your thoughts on what you think is going on. But as always, like, share, and subscribe. We'll see y'all next time. Take care.
Ta-ta.